I push this button and I push this button and then I push this button and we should be live. Joe, I didn't let anybody know on Facebook we were going live on YouTube. Did you?
No,
Don't try.
I won't. Don't
Don't
try.
try. You will freeze. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, look at
Mm-mm-mm.
that.
What is it, buddy?
My waves are going up.
Waves are going up.
You know what that means, don't you? That means the token goes up
Oh, really?
because
Cool.
it's valued at half a wave.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So right now the Uganda token or the Uganda Rising coin, which we're going to change that to the New Hope coin, that's being changed, is currently worth $1.15.
How cool is
0.5.
that? Sweet.
Hey, I
Sweet.
got a bridge. You want to buy it? Want to buy this bridge? I got bridges up.
Have you got bridges? Dude.
Mhm.
Hello,
Got
Miss
bridges for sale.
Lashana. How you doing, babe?
Hey, how
It's
you
a
doing?
beautiful day. Hey, y'all. Look, it's one of those dadpreneur things. Look what I'm eating.
Ooh, rock candy crystals.
Rock
100% sheep milk.
candy. I haven't seen it in years, man.
I
Now I'm
haven't either.
addicted to the sugar, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's what you've been eating on. I was
Uh-huh.
wondering.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm eating on. So
What the heck
yesterday,
going on?
I wanted to apologize to everybody for not being able to be here yesterday and leaving Joe in a bind. I
Oh, it's okay. I
apologize.
was here.
Um, you know, uh, family friend, an elderly family friend was very ill, and her daughter was really, really, really upset. So I got nominated to be taxi. I was
Yeah,
playing Uber yesterday, but you know what? Look, this is how I look at that. You know, I would never want anyone ever, ever, ever to go through anything traumatic like that. Um,
right.
alone, not even my worst enemy. So it was fine. I didn't
That's true.
know the lady very well. And when we got to the hospital, the last time I saw her, she was up and around and feeling great and looking good. And I'm like, oh, is that the same person? I was taken back a little bit, but it happens, right? People's health can go just like that. And so,
Yeah.
um, I just want to remind everybody, especially during this holiday season, don't forget the people that you love, and don't forget to hug their
Yeah.
neck. And even if you get mad at them, hell, I get mad at people on the daily. Okay, so you know,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
still hug their neck and tell them you love them.
Um, well, yeah. I don't even know what we talked about yesterday. Oh, I did my KGX. Who started the KGX? Why you joined KGX? Videos.
I think Diana Townsend is responsible for that.
I did. Okay.
I think
I was just
so.
wondering because I just started seeing them and I was like, huh? I'm like, well, I'll do one.
I know, right?
I had to do two because my first one got stopped.
Uh oh.
It got, yeah, something kicked me off.
Uh
And then I was
oh.
like, well, okay, never mind. I did another one.
That's called Facebook.
But exactly. Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So let me ask you
Markets,
something, Joe. Have you heard anything about and this is just because you and I haven't had a chance to connect recently, and maybe somebody on here has
hmm
heard too. So if you've heard or know anything about it, jump in. But um, I heard something about ICANN and Google Plus and something else was going to shut. I think it was they're shutting down Google Plus. I think. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, actually, I did hear that.
Okay. So I wasn't dreaming.
The, no, you're not. I didn't read through all of it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I just kind of saw it. I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess so. I don't know if they're shutting it down to come out with something else, or they're just going, done. I know Google's doing a lot of research in the blockchain. You know what I mean? Because they've got a whole lot of job hirings out right now, and
Yes.
they're trying to do a lot of development, which it'll be quick. You know what I mean? Because they'll get the top people in the industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
But So I'm gonna guess maybe it has something to do with that. I would think it would. That'd make a lot of sense. I was Yeah, that's another thing I thought about today for the thing over in Uganda
Okay.
is um one thing we could do is there's a lot of funds go towards AIDS education and over there and AIDS prevention and
Hmm.
stuff, just because it's such a hotbed of activity. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so squeak the wheel gets the grease kind of thing. You know what I mean? But and guys, this sounds kind of terrible. It's almost like the hit the like button and subscribe by clicking the bell. Hey, Patty.
Thanks, Patty.
But I guess he was on today, guys. I'm trying not to get frozen, so I'm not. All I see is me and Chris. I don't see the stuff.
Because what
So
he's
hi,
not
everybody.
telling you is he's already froze himself one time.
Yeah, I did. I was looking Coin Market Cap, and I guess I clicked on. I don't know. Used to on a computer, every time you clicked on something, it would open a new tab, and now you've got to open a tab and then do it. Unless I have it set up wrong, and I may have it set up wrong. I would hate to think that Microsoft got harder and worse.
I have to hit the plus button if I want to open a new tab. I have to hit the plus button
A
first.
lot of times, used to be able to go click and it opened into everything opened into a new tab.
Well,
Maybe it's set up funny, or maybe I'm wrong. Hell, I don't know. Oh, but anyways, with the with all the AIDS stuff is if you were able to use the blockchain to document everybody through healthcare. You know what I mean? Treatments that are being received and who's gotten this and who's gotten that. And there it can be really big because, you have Doctors Without Borders and all that stuff.
right.
And it would all medical information would follow the person. You'd have to get them identification. You know what I mean? But that's not difficult. You know what I mean? As far as even if it was fingerprint identification, that wouldn't be hard either because it all just goes into an algorithm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stored on there. And you could, well, and when there's communicable diseases and stuff, if like say there's another Ebola outbreak, you could find easily where it came from because you can be like, okay, Johnny was in village B over here in this country, and boom, 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 and with the blockchain, you're going to see where he's been through his travels because you got to check in places. I mean, everywhere has some kind of customs. You know what I mean? Or you'll know where he's from at least when he gets to the hospital and goes, hey, I'm Johnny and I'm sick and dying. You can go, oh, crap. Okay, let's go back. Because, the hard to find the first case usually. You know what I mean? And so you got to start treating that because the way things mutate. Yeah. So we should talk to the World Health Organization about this and get a huge grant, develop it, and win the Nobel Prize.
A grant. I love those. Hey, let me throw in a little bit of information that I learned yesterday that kind of ties into exactly what you're talking about. So when we were in the hospital yesterday with my friend's mom, we were talking about the doctor was in there, and the doctor, don't ask me his name because it's about this long, and he's Chinese. He's originally indigenously from China. And so I can't tell you what his name was, but we were talking, and he was a really he was a very amicable person, quite honestly. And so he was he was enjoying conversation with somebody that wasn't sick, obviously. And we were talking about identification, like you were talking about the fingerprint identification and stuff like that, and how the medical field has really advanced. And he was joking, and he's probably about my age. He's probably about 50. And he was joking about how his, when he was younger, his parents used to say, oh, they're going to put the chip in the skin and they're going to track you, the government. The government is going to track you. And he said, what's really funny is they're already doing that in some other countries. He said, but the problem here in the United States, because now he's a United States citizen, but he said the problem is here in the States, we have this thing called HIPAA. And HIPAA is the reason that people aren't being tracked fingerprint, eyeball, chip, because they haven't figured out yet how to layer the security levels to where your HIPAA information is not public information when they scan you. because, okay, let's just say, excuse me, let's just say that, you know, you're riding a bicycle and you get hit on the side of the road and they want to identify who you are, right? Um,
Mhm.
Anybody that has a scanner would be able to identify you, breaking the HIPAA law, okay? Because all of your medical records would come up with your identification. So that's the reason. And I found that really interesting because, you know, my dad, I can remember my dad saying the same thing. Of course, he was a Vietnam War veteran, right? And, you know, he had
You're saying
his
it. The Bible.
he had his he had his opinions, and we'll leave it at that, right? But no, seriously, you know, you wonder, okay, would that make life easier? You know, I mean, I have the iPhone 10, and you know, just it recognizing my face and unlocking is phenomenal to me. Now, before that, we had the fingerprint, right? And when I
Yeah.
got this phone, I was trying to get the fingerprint to work, and then I realized, hey, stupid, there's no fingerprint anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean,
Right.
I could definitely see where we have the technology, and I would be willing to bet someone else's largest paycheck that the government
Yeah.
and the military is already using that technology in other ways. Okay, not breaking the HIPAA law. I'm just saying in other ways.
What
So
you talking about, Chris? You talking about the government?
the government. Hey, let me tell you something else I
You
learned
talking
yesterday. Fun fact. People love stories, right?
about
People love stories. Let
yeah,
me tell
yeah.
you another little
Absolutely.
quick story. Um,
Mhm.
I also learned yesterday why uh, people can be identified. We were talking about this because there was a burn victim. There was a gas truck that got hit close to the hospital a couple weeks ago, and this particular doctor was one of the doctors that worked with the guy, and they couldn't identify the guy until they brought in a dentist, and they extracted
Dental
all of
records.
his teeth and then made like a fake jaw and did the bite thing. And when they did the bite thing, they could identify him, which I found was kind of cool. So the moral to that story is, if you ever want to kill anybody and feed them to the pigs, make sure you pull all the teeth out and you destroy them, because the teeth will tell on you even when nothing
Sure.
else will. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. You know, that was part
Yeah.
of my education yesterday.
And
You're
actually,
supposed to learn something new every day, right?
well, and I know that sounds bad, but like you feed hogs everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
a
eat
hog will eat
everything.
anything. That's
Hmm.
why. And they'll gnaw through a bone like it's nothing. I mean, they
Hmm.
got huge teeth and real strong jaws. But
Hmm.
teeth are just real bad. Like in any animal that you feed them, you need to pull the teeth out. Like if you fed them a cat, you need to
Hmm.
pull the teeth. It's there's a real reason. It's not for disposing of bodies. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, but you know what I mean.
Hey, I was just joking. I'm just saying, yeah.
No, well, no, I mean we have hog farms around here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we
So
do here too.
which
Hmm.
yeah, I mean it's an industry.
Hmm.
We've got Tyson chicken and pork here,
Okay.
so we got big chicken plants and chicken houses everywhere, and
Hmm.
nasty. Not
And when
here
the
in
wind
Eureka, but
blows
right
just
outside.
right,
You don't want to be anywhere near it.
mm,
Nowhere. Mm-mm.
people think
Manures poop. Fertilizers
people
poop.
people think that you know, chickens are so cute. Yeah, and wait till you get about 7,000 of them in one house. Ugh, they're not so cute.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Mm.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Hey, you remember Swarm when Gloria kept trying to get me to buy Swarm?
I do.
It was up 30 something percent yesterday. It's up 23% today.
And she told you, I told you so, didn't
Yeah,
she?
it's at 22%. Yeah,
I'm
I
checking
don't think she knows
Bitcoin
yet.
now.
She might have heard me now.
Oh, ooh, it's a Red
Bitcoin's like
Sea
3,400.
today. Hmm. What's the
Hey, I
stock
got some
market
green in my
doing
watch list.
today? Does anybody know what the stock market's doing today? I'm guessing it's down.
I have,
Uh,
yeah,
but you
probably.
know, it looks like everything on, well, no, not everything, but a lot of stuff is down.
Hey, that Bitcoin's up.
Hey, Waves is up to $2.29.
Hey, it's gone up a little since we've been on the phone. Cool.
Yep. That's what I'm telling you.
You keep going. Yep.
It's a going up. It's a going up. So, you know, here's the here's the funny thing about all these coins. You know what I find really funny? No one is talking about the leap, and I'm not even talking about the jump. I'm talking about the leap that Tether has made on CoinMarketCap. It's gone from like 12
to 5.
yeah, it's 5 now. It's 5 now.
Well, it's because it's getting all that money put back into it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's steady. You know,
Yep.
and the thing about Tether is there's Tethers on every exchange.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so a lot of times, if you want to put back into a stable, you have to use Tether. Because I have USD coin. You know, I had some money in that, but I switched it over because Tether's more useful. I mean, you can use it better. You know, and if you want to trade outside of Crypto Pro or not Crypto Pro, Bitcoin, no. Where's it at? Coinbase.
Binance.
Unless you want to trade in Coinbase Pro, you know, and you can use Binance, but Binance still doesn't support any USDC trades.
Right.
Now you can buy with, but you can't go back and forth, and you know what I mean? Can't finagle all that. And they do that so you can't get money out of it. You know what I mean? Because like when it was at $1.02, I was like, well, shit, I need to sell this. You can't. You got to go back to Coinbase to sell it, and Coinbase won't give you more than $1 for it. It'll say $1.02 everywhere, and Coinbase it says $1, and because it's their token. You know what I mean? It's them and Circle Invest. You know, so you're like, well, that kind of sucks. It defeats the purpose of it saying it's $1.02 or $1.03 or whatever. It's kind of like when those Gemini tokens came out; they jumped all the way up to $1.12.
Right.
You know, and you're like, that's incredible return. I mean, that is 2% is a good return, honestly. You know what I mean? But that's woo. You know, but you couldn't cash anything out. You know, and that's where they get you. It's kind of like buying these things, which I hate saying this right now because we have a coin that doesn't have any volume moved. But buying stuff with no volume. I mean, if there's no trade volume, how the hell are you going to trade it? Can't sell it. I mean, you could sell it to yourself, I guess, but that ain't going to do no good. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's like, hey, I got 10 million. I mean, I got 10 million coins right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But somebody's got to buy them.
What
you know
what I mean? Do with
it's just like that. Oh, that is one thing I'm going to do on that coin, though. I'm doing limited releases on it because I'm not going to just flood the market. I'm going to, you know what I mean?
I figured you were going to do stages.
Yeah, I do steps with it. Yeah, and just kind of boom, boom, boom. But it'll start. Everything kind of starts off with some, you know, just gotcha. With basically an airdrop. You know what I mean? But I'll work directly with people to drop it to them instead of doing a big, huge airdrop. You know what I mean? Because it's only 10 million tokens at this point, or coins. You know. But, I mean, as of right now, the value's, you know, $1.25 almost. $1.10, $1.20, something like that. About $1.15. So, I mean, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
What's not bad?
It's at $1.15 right now. It's half of Waves.
Half of Waves.
That's how I set it up.
That's pretty good,
half
right?
Half of a wave. Yeah. One wave will get you 2 New Hope tokens. Yeah. And the whole idea behind it, you know, to go over there and do whatever we can do. But get whatever done I can get done with the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just it. And of course, I mean, I'll consult with everybody, obviously, before we do anything. You know what I mean? The whole group. But it's a lot of times it'll streamline the effect because, like, okay, hey, let's do this. You know what I mean? And then just boom, 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 get it done. You know, go, okay, send money here, send money there. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm thinking.
Cool.
We need to get a backhoe, and we need to get some water pipe, and we need to get a water pump. We need to generate some electricity. We need a wellhead. Or we don't need a wellhead, just a lake and have a filtration system. That'd be easier than digging a well. But if we're going to pump out of the lake, we might as well put a hydro turbine in there. Okay? And since we're pumping water out of the lake anyways to run the turbine, Then just clean that water that comes out, and then you got water
Mm.
from the
Did
lake.
I tell
Just clean it
you
up.
that I figured out, or that I'm pretty sure I figured out, uh, how to get those genital bugs
How'd you figure
out of
out
the
how?
lake?
Yeah, yeah. How do you get those out of the lake?
Well, it's the second largest lake in the world.
They're from snails. Do what?
Okay, it's the second largest lake in the
What do you say?
world.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So you've got to think above and above and around, right?
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing is I believe that if we can build an inflatable dam, okay,
Yeah.
that would cut the lake in half. We could release the first half, clean the basin.
Yeah.
Release the first half of the water totally. Clean the basin, right?
Yeah.
You got to have to pull the water out. You
Uh-huh.
don't want to release it into the river or anything like that. So you're going to have to put it in something, disinfect the water, right? I don't know, maybe even boil it, make some kind of big cooker and run it through a boiling system of
Why
some
would you
sort.
put those things with chlorine tabs in it? You know the floater things in the pool?
I don't think that's going to
This is the
kill
only problem with that.
the genital thing.
Got a point.
I'm not going to test it with mine.
Well, actually, what it is, they come from, in all seriousness now, hold on. They actually come from these snails. So we just need something to eat all the snails. What eats snails? I think like mongoose or something like that eat snails. There's some little creatures, like little furry things. They eat them. Like I want to say marsupials of some sort or something.
Okay.
We'll get some duck-billed platypus out there. We'll introduce some
Okay.
foreign species and destroy the whole world. Kind of like Florida's got all the alligators, and now they got all the pythons everywhere. Yeah, you're like, wow, no.
Maybe.
If we dammed up the lake, though, the Nile would quit flowing.
Well, I understand that. And it's a temporary issue. See, it's just long enough. It's just long enough
Temporarily going to stop
to clean it.
water to the Nile.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're just going to do it.
And we're gonna clean that water and then feed it into the Nile so that it's still rolling,
And then-
right? And then we're going to let the water come into the
okay.
bottom half and clean the top half of the lake. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but the top half of the lake will have to be cleaned first.
Well,
Otherwise, you're putting dirty water back into the clean basin. See?
yeah. So we'll have to pipe.
So we got to stop the water to the lake.
The water flow coming into
And
the
then
lake,
clean
we'll
the
pipe
back half of the
around.
lake, pump it around in front.
Yep. We'll pipe it around.
We'll pump it over the big rubber thing, the big air tube, the inner tube thing we're going to put up. Hey, and while we're at it, Chris, we could go ahead and, you know how they have a hard time getting places? You know, for the people that don't have a boat, we could build a toothpick bridge across the lake, like science class.
There you go. Why not?
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I hope you understand that we're joking. Lake's the size of Texas. It's not really the size of Texas, but
I don't really think we're going to be able to clean that lake that way. Sorry, but it was a good idea. It was a really good idea.
I think we go with the little, you know, the little round floaties. You know what I'm talking about? Like you put in your pool with the chlorine tablets. Like we're going to be shocking the lake on Monday. Don't go swimming. Do an apartment pool. We're going to shock the lake.
Now, my question is, when we kill these things, are they all going to float to the top or what? I mean, how are we going to know that we got them?
They're microscopic.
Oh, shit.
The fish will eat them.
Oh, dear. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know how we're going to. You get a microscope.
Maybe so.
You get one of them government satellites to zoom in on.
You know, them government satellites can see it. Mm-hmm.
I bet we
Yep.
could get a grant to do this. I bet we
Probably.
could get millions and millions and millions of dollars to do this. And we could
Probably.
go out there and buy about $100,000 worth of chlorine and just throw it in the damn lake and walk away and be like, oh man, we tried. Whoops.
Mm.
I better go live in the Bahamas now because they don't extradite. Or Bermuda because they don't extradite.
Do y'all see what I put up with every day, all day long? Do y'all see that? I need to do it this way. Do y'all
It's,
see? I'm going to choke him.
it's
All right, y'all. Seriously.
It's like, no, why do you know all the countries don't have extradition treaties in the United States? I'm like, why wouldn't you? You're like, what?
I
Like, you
think
haven't
it's
Googled that
crazy.
ever? It's like,
I think it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Lord Jesus.
I could just see me getting kicked out of the country.
Uh-huh.
I'd be crying for days. Hey,
Yes.
I got a question. Why can't, over there in Uganda, we got all those problems with us, getting internet and stuff. Why
Yeah.
couldn't we just send him like a dish? Like Dish Network, and just point the thing north instead of south? Because, we're up here in the northern hemisphere, so we point it north, or we point them south. Or his would probably point right up, almost, because they're close to the equator. It's not like it matters. The satellite's out there.
You mean like a HughesNet or something?
Yeah, or like DishNet or Dish or DirecTV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd have Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's call them and ask them. Will that work?
I mean, I can take my dish from my house,
Mm-hmm.
or I can get a dish mounted on my trailer or my camper or whatever. Well, I don't have it anymore, but I could. You want me to take one of my boxes from my house, and all I had to do is point it to the right, whatever it is, wherever the satellite's at.
And
the azimuth
and degree.
Yeah, this and that.
Bethany says, I'm not sending anything else to Uganda. God love, honey. That's so sweet. You're such a sweetheart. She really is. God love.
Do it. Why? If you can do it, let's go open a cable company there.
Need a big satellite for that.
Okay. We'll put a whole bunch of little ones together.
One of them
I've
ones
got like
that looks
4
like
on my house right now. Yeah.
That's what's wrong with Joe.
We get a government grant for that too.
Y'all don't really know what's wrong with Joe, but let me just tell y'all, since he let the cat out of the bag, he's got 4 satellites on top of the house. He's talking to the aliens, and they're talking back. Okay? He is communicating with outer space. I'm just going to tell you.
That's why Chris wants to drain that lake. He thinks there's alien food at the bottom of it.
Oh, Lord. No, I think there's Bitcoin at the bottom, and it's gold.
There's Bitcoin at the bottom of that lake. Yeah.
It's gold.
I think there's Bitcoin all over the country.
I have a lot of friends that have been calling me the last couple of days and saying, I am buying the hell out of some Bitcoin. I said, I hope you are. I really do. Hope you are. Like they were trying to be funny, right? And I was like, look, you guys have it all wrong. Your mentality is really, really crazy, because you'll be calling me the next time, it's $10,000. You'll be calling and say, I want some of that Bitcoin. I'm going to say, you should have bought it when it was 39. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. I've got the cheapest Bitcoin I've got right now is 35. Because I bought some when we jumped down to 35. That's when we dropped 35. And then it's, it's been down to like 32 or something like that, or maybe even lower, but I didn't notice. It's that happens. A lot of that stuff happens while we're sleeping. Those few hours a night, because it's a bigger market. You know what I mean? So I was getting up checking at like 4 in the morning. Like, okay. And,
I'm not interrupting my sleep, but if I do wake up, I have been known to come check and see what the market's doing. Just saying.
Yeah.
Some of those exciting nights when you go to bed and you can't turn the head off because it's going up, 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 and you finally fall asleep from exhaustion, and then you wake up in a cold sweat and you go, what's Bitcoin? And you grab the phone to look to see how far it's gone up. Yeah, I've lived through that, y'all. I've lived through that. It's a beautiful thing. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
I'm really happy because I finally picked a coin that's going up in price.
Yes, I'm happy too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I think
It's
with
about
all your
time.
research, you over theorize everything. So I think what you should do is just let Gloria glance at everything and say that one, and just do whatever she says.
That's a better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work better because I was like, what? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, y'all. You know what? We talked a little bit
Hey,
about
y'all.
business. We talked a little bit about dadpreneur, and we talked a little bit about Bitcoin. You know, at the end of the day, every single one of these things, there's a nugget somewhere. Hopefully, you guys have learned
Like my mustache.
to pick and poke and dig through all of our shenanigans in order to find them. But I know that the ladies that are on here today were on here back when I had the cake fiasco. So I wanted to update all of them. I found out what the problem was.
Hey, I
The
saw
main problem, the main problem with the cakes is eggs.
was it the vanilla?
Eggs are too small. See, our grade A large eggs have
Oh,
gone from, this size to this size. So you have to add, if a cake calls
yeah.
for 5 yolks, you need to put in 7. Well, let me rephrase that. If the cake calls for 5 eggs, put 5 eggs in and add 2 yolks. Okay? Don't put the whites in, just put the yolks in. Because the yolks is what gives the cake batter consistency and helps it stick together and keeps it from whooshing. So just thought I would
Oh,
let
that
you
makes sense.
ladies in on that as we're about to embark on some beautiful holiday baking. And I didn't want anybody to experience the same frustration that I did. 3 cakes in a row, fall, fall, fall. you know, it's nuts. It's nuts. I'm telling you, it's nuts. Love you guys. Joe loves you guys. It's an amazing, amazing world out there. Just smile at everybody. It doesn't even matter if you know them, don't know them, like them, don't like them. It don't matter. You know what will really drive somebody crazy that doesn't really jihad with
Be
you,
nice to
or
him.
if you don't know what jihad means, because that is kind of a southern thing. If you don't really get along, if you just smile at them, just smile and keep going. Just smile. It drives them nuts because they can't figure out what you're smiling about. Just saying. Gotta love you guys. Hey,
Oh,
Joe,
hey,
you
one
got
more thing.
something you want to bring to
One
me?
more thing. Yeah, one more thing. Walton Chain, guys.
Walton
What is it?
Chain.
WLT, I think, or WTC. WTC, I think. Walton Chain. That's the RFID company. You know, we were talking about the RFID chips. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they are. They're an RFID company. Um, and right now it's at 93 cents. That's a hell of a good buy. And it's been a little bit lower when everything crashed down, but that really is one of the things that everybody's saying is going to blow up. You know, I mean, that's one of the. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do, all that kind of stuff. I'm just a guy sitting in a chair with a stocking cap on. Okay, but that's one of the ones that I've been following forever since I very first got into this, and I've seen it up as much as like $12. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then it tanked down. And what they did was they just stopped
Right.
doing anything to do strictly research. You know what I mean? To just completely work everything out. And so it's all the tracking data and stuff, you know, within your foods or in vehicle, all kinds of logistics. You know, it's the real world scenario use of blockchain technology through RFID chips. Um, it's going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? It's one of the big 3 they're talking about that everybody seems to be talking about. You know, you got Neo's one, this is one, and everybody's real big on SLR because the phone, Siren Labs, because they brought that phone out. And I myself am not putting anything in SLR right now because I don't, it's an expensive technology. And a lot of us have $1,000 phones and $800, $900 phones and all that stuff. I know that. but a lot of us buy them through our phone plan. We don't dish out $1,000 in cash. You don't just hand $1,000. Not everybody hands $1,000 over. You know, a lot of times you just get it on your phone plan and you pay it like that. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. You know what I mean? I mean, my bill's ridiculously expensive, but part of it is that payment. You know what I mean? So that if they do something now, if Saren Labs does something through a phone company, a cellular provider, then I would say it's going to blow way up. You know what I mean? With the blockchain phones. Otherwise, it's a big investment. You know, so kind of if it's cheap, buy it. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest with you. But if it's cheap, I wouldn't mind buying some. But I would keep an eye on the research. You know, keep an eye on development in the company and what their plans are. You know, but do that with everything. You know, the thing is, invest in companies when you do, and projects and companies and things that you want to see done. You know, I mean, things that you can stand behind, things that you're proud to tell somebody that you invested in. You know, I mean, think about it like that. You know, but yeah, that's just. I just thought I'd throw that out there because I just saw it on the thing. I was looking at stuff. But
that's a very good point. It's a very, very good point. So we love you guys. Thank you guys for coming out, seeing us, supporting us, loving us, and keep on coming. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Y'all later.